Here you go. Rule of law in Ukraine. USAID. Stronger rule of law. USAID's support for rule of law focuses on increasing judicial independence. No, just like with independent media, it means dependence on us. Anti-corruption, which means just accusing everyone we don't like of being corrupt. Responding to the human rights crisis resulting from Russia's military aggression against Ukraine. So that's going to mean just arresting anyone who's within Ukraine who calls for peace with Russia will be prosecuted in the courts. USAID works closely with Ukrainian counterparts to strengthen the independence of their judicial systems. If they're independent, why are you working closely with them? You know how I know a member of the jury is independent? When they're not working fucking closely with the defendant or the plaintiff. If a juror is working closely with the person on trial, I know they're not fucking independent. So what are you, a highly interested party in the events in Ukraine, calling your program, spending tens of millions of dollars on those court systems, saying it is to make them independent? They're independent without you, buddy. When you spend tens of millions of dollars to influence them, they become unindependent. All activity supports a network of 7 community justice centers. They support the Ukraine's Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Office of the Prosecutor General to more effectively respond to legal and human rights issues stemming from Russia's aggression. So USAID is supporting Ukraine's Ministry of Justice? What do you mean supporting? Financially supporting? You're paying them? You pay the budget of their Justice Department? What does that mean? What do you mean supporting? The Justice Department receives $47 billion in its budget. If the People's Republic of China Development Agency was supporting the U.S. Justice Department by providing another $10 billion, I would say, whoa, that's super fucked. That would influence the judiciary, that would prejudice the Justice Department to arrest the enemies of their Chinese sponsors who are providing support to them. This assistance supports capacity building and implementation of key reforms, including Ukraine's strategy on the development of the justice system and constitutional proceedings. So we're paying their Justice Department to implement the programs we tell them to. I believe that is what the head of the American Bar Association called rule of law just means do what I say. And we're paying them to do what we say. How insane is that? We're paying their Justice Department to implement programs? I mean, what would happen if the Russian Federation paid the Justice Department to implement a program in the Justice Department? We would say the U.S. Justice Department is a fucking joke. A foreign country is paying it to administer its own laws. And what does that say about these 5,000 lawyers and judges? In 2009, imagine what that number is now, 15 years later. We know that this includes the likes of our top judges. Chief Justice John Roberts. And as we are going to see when we get to the World Justice Project, Chief Justice John Roberts, Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy. Any of these names sound familiar?